All right, my dear friends, welcoming you to our chair yoga for WM session today. We're here with a beautiful group of folks from all over, and they're here for a variety of reasons, as they always are. We're sort of asking ourselves the question today, what do I need? And that could be right in this moment. That might be today or this week. Getting used to asking ourselves this question, and we'll create a little space for that to develop naturally. But the reasoning behind doing this is so that we can turn our need around into an intention that can help create strength and structure in the mind when we repeat it internally. So there's actually studies that look at meditation with intentions, and it shows that we are cognitively restructuring our minds. And it just shows the power of the mind, right? If you doubt me, think about the placebo effect. Some folks are getting the medication, some folks are not getting the medication. The folks who didn't get the medication, but they thought they did, had the effect, had the benefit. So I believe there's a great benefit, and there are endless possibilities to what we can do with our minds. So that is why I am sharing with you today this concept of sankalpa, or vow, or intention. So without further ado, let's get started just shouting out some of the things our friends here in this community have written into the chat for what they need today. Bone marrow healing, energy and attitude adjustment, energy with an exclamation point, movement, and calm. So those will be things that you can then turn around and create a positive present tense sentence with. So how would that work? I am energetic. I am calm. I am nourished. For the bone marrow one, I feel like the bone marrow is like a very nourishing thing. So those are just some examples. But let's get started with a little bit of movement, right? So taking the feet onto the earth, if they're not already there, and finding a posture that feels good to you right in this moment. Doesn't have to look like mine. And I might just take a breath in, sigh it out the mouth, letting myself arrive in whatever state of being I'm in, just letting myself be here just as I am, breathing in and breathing out. Seeing if I can continue to pay attention to my breath. A couple more breaths. Very good. Breathing together as a community. Let's go ahead and take a breath in, and as we exhale, we're just going to tip that right ear towards the right shoulder. Breathing into center. Exhaling, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale, center. And exhale to the left. Come back to center. Now I'm either going to let my arms just drop by my sides, or I could grab my arms behind my back. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to breathe in. As I exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Breathing into center. Just tilting the head to one side. And last one, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Come on back to center. Bring the hands together and rub them together. Rub those hands together. Starting to get a bit colder here where I am in the Northeast outside Philadelphia. And I just love the crackle of the leaves under my feet as I walk. I love the autumnal light, but I don't love cold hands. So perhaps if you're wearing glasses, you'd like to take them off for just a moment. I'm infusing my hands with this warmth, nourishment, and I'm going to just cup my palms over my eyes loosely, and I'm going a little bit further inward, still feeling my feet on the earth, the seat in my chair. Maybe I could let go of holding my belly and let the belly be soft. And I'm just breathing in and out. I'm kind of moving my mind around my body a little bit, maybe allowing the mind to travel to the part of the body that feels like center, allowing the mind to travel there, feeling that part of the body. And just posing the question to the center of your being, what do I need? And that could be just at this moment, that could be for the day or the week. Just taking a moment to listen. What do I need? And if nothing comes, you can also ask the question, what do I not need? Right? So I don't need chaos. Maybe I can turn my intention to I am calm. That would be the opposite of what I don't need. And just allowing whatever that need is to percolate up as you roll the eyes around, lubricate the eyes a bit. Maybe you want to begin to massage the face. And allow the word of what you need to kind of come up into your higher being, your higher self. And the trick with this intention creating is to make it short and sweet. Right? So I am calm is a really good one. I am present, a really good one. If, what you need is to be healthy, but we know this is a continuum and a spectrum that will always be changing, I am healing is a wonderful, wonderful intention. So creating an intention for yourself for today or for this week or for this moment. Maybe it's just, I am here. And that's really great. So when you're ready, you can put your glasses back on and lay your peepers or open your awareness to this community that we are here with today. We're here with 25 people all over the country and into Canada. And their cats and their dogs and their friends, in the background. And that's quite a thing to drink in, that we're not actually alone. It's quite a thing to drink in. So I'll just ask you to retain that sort of connection with us as we move. I'm going to bring my right arm out to the side about shoulder height, and my palm is lifted as if I'm holding up an imaginary wall. And maybe this wall today is my self-care space. I'm creating a boundary for myself in this moment. As I begin to move, I'll just bring my hand down, make a fist around my thumb, drop those knuckles down. Breathing in, lifting and spreading the fingers. And breathing out, knuckles down. Very good. One more. Inhale. And exhale, knuckles down. I'm going to keep my palm lifted now and just tilt that left ear towards the left shoulder, make little circles with that right palm, and that right palm can move downward. little by little, breath by breath. I'm just here breathing and allowing my day's intention to form. And then I'll take my arm behind my back or rest my hand on the hip. I still have my left ear tilting towards my left shoulder, and I might notice a nice stretch in that upper right trapezius muscle. Additionally, I could spin my chin down. So I'm peeking down at that left shoulder, and I'm easing a few breaths in and out here. Letting go. And releasing back to center. We can switch sides with that left arm out to the left, holding up that imaginary wall. This is my space here today. I'm going to take care of myself within this sacred space. Lots of space between the fingers as well. And then we can make a fist around our thumbs, drop the knuckles down. Breathing in, lifting, spreading. Breathing out, knuckles down. And one more inhale, lift and spread. And exhale down. Beautiful. I'm going to keep my palm lifted, tilting my right ear away from my hand and circling the palm ever so sweetly and gently. Noticing what I can notice here about how this feels in my body. That palm moving ever downward. And eventually, we can just tuck that wing behind the back or rest the hand on the hip, whichever is more comfortable. Spinning the chin down and taking some easy breaths. And I want to let you know as well, friends, that if you're feeling not okay today, it is okay to be not okay. Just holding space for that. So we come back up and release the hands down at the sides. I'm just going to circle my shoulders, lifting the shoulders up, back, and down. Lifting those shoulders up, back, and down, taking off that heavy, heavy backpack I carry around of worries and concerns, all those things that are stuffed into that backpack over the course of however many years you've been on the planet. And I'm just shrugging it off. I'm going to take it off for the rest of this class. Very good. Circling the shoulders up, back, and down. You've got it, Jennifer. So nice to see you. So nice to see you, Marnie and Mike. And now we are 26 strong here in this live class. Lifting the shoulders up, back, and down 1 or 2 more times if that would feel good to you. And then I'm going to take a moment to locate my hydration, if that's available to me easily. And I might take a big sip of water. So today, if you're just joining us, we were listening to our own needs, right? What do I need today? Is it calm? Is it movement? Is it energy? And turning that into an intention. I am calm. I am energetic. I am healing. So we'll now bring the arms down at the sides. I'll reach my arms out and up and bring the hands to heart center. I'm reaching up now and I'm grabbing that seed of my intention and bringing it into my energetic being. Breathing in. Arms out and up, breathing out. Hands coming down the midline of the body. And I might find a place to gaze that's far away, even while feeling the presence of all of my WM friends here in this moment. Going as slowly or as quickly as feels good to you, modifying as is needed. Maybe it's just one arm Maybe you don't go all the way up. But I want to get my blood and my lymph fluid moving a little bit. So my goal might be about 10 of these arm salutes. Maybe you want to repeat your intention internally a couple more times. Creating that strength and structure in the mind. I'm taking one more. Bringing those hands to heart center. Once again, we'll rub the hands together. Interlace the fingers, grip the hands, massage the hands. Maybe you'd like to press the palms away and juice up the fingers like you're sitting down at the old piano, getting ready to tickle the ivories. And then from here, maybe you lift the palms overhead. Kiss the ceiling. Take a breath. And let the wings float down to the sides. Grab on to part of your chair, wherever the hands fall. Maybe it's back behind you, maybe it's the seat. And here my intention is to give myself a little back bend. So I'm lifting the heart, squeezing my shoulder blades together. I could also lift my chin, but only if that feels good to me and I don't have any issues in my neck. And I may take a few breaths across the vast expanse of my chest. Good, and then I'm coming back and I'm going to bring my hands behind my head, interlace my fingers behind my head, take a breath in, exhale, push the head back into the hands, and then inhale, release effort. Exhale, push the head back into the hands, turning on those neck muscles, releasing effort on your inhale, and one more time. Beautiful. And if this feels really good and you want to continue, you could take the hands to the forehead. Interlace the fingers across the forehead and just push the head into the hands a little bit and release effort. You could do that one or two more times. And I find I'm already really good and strong jutting my chin forward. More than anything, I need the going backwards part. But you might also like to bring the hands to the sides of the face, resting each heel of the hand on each cheekbone. And you might not even be moving at all, but just pushing the head into each hand. It doesn't have to be your full effort, right? So a lot of times with our neck tension, some strengthening will help relieve tension along with that stretching we did at the beginning. And then I'll just release my hands down and I might make a little circle with my head. And I'm keeping my gaze down at the earth while I do this. Listening to all those snap, crackle, and popping of my neck. And then I'll come back just to neutral, take a little bit of a wider stance. I'm at the edge of my chair. If you're full of energy today, or as my grandfather used to say, full of beans, you might be standing, and that's totally fine. I'm going to be making some circles with my torso. Or if I'm standing, those circles can be made with my hips. So as slowly or as quickly as you like, you're making a circle with your breath as well. I'm not forcing myself today to be something that I'm not, or put pressure on myself to be any certain way. I just want to discover what is it that I am in this moment. How am I feeling? What do I need? Come on back the other direction as we awaken the spine. And then we'll get into a little bit of side bending So sort of a warm up to side bending is to bring the right hand up onto the right rib cage and lean to the left. And with your breath, see if you can lift the hand, float the rib cage up. And you could do that a few times. Try to keep the right shoulder relaxed. It's not easy. And then we'll sit up tall, switch sides, left hand, left rib cage, leaning to the right. Inhale, lifting the rib cage with the breath. Maybe it's just a little bit of motion. Maybe there's not much motion. And then I'm coming back to center. And especially if I have any issues with my shoulders, I could continue doing it that way, side bending that way. Or I might want to lift my entire right arm up as I lean to the left. And I'm exploring, stretching through my fingertips and breathing again into that right rib cage, seeing if I can lift it again and release back to center. We'll switch sides, left arm lifting up, leaning to the right, and we're lifting that left rib cage and releasing back to center. So flowing from side to side at your own pace. We're breathing into those right gills and releasing, moving from side to side, inhaling, left gills opening, left arm reaching, releasing to center. We might take one more of these on each side. Just linger as long as you like and really explore that delicious stretch. All right. Now, with the legs still at a little bit of a wider stance, I might notice my belly, and I might even take some belly rubs in a clockwise direction. So just taking my hand lightly onto my belly, bringing the gaze down at the earth. And this might be the place when I asked you earlier to find your center. This might be where you experience center, or it might be higher. But just for this moment, let's close the eyes, if they're not already. And I could either keep rubbing the tummy, or I could rest the hand in the lap and take 3 belly breaths with me. So we're going to inhale, the belly fills. Exhale, relax. Inhale, belly fill like a balloon. Exhale, relax. And one more. And as I exhale, I might tip the pelvis back a little bit. As I inhale, I might tip the pelvis forward. And this could be a really subtle motion. I'm going to kind of show you what this looks like, or describe what this looks like by taking my hand onto my belly and my hand onto the flat of my back. One hand on the front, one hand on the back, and I'm tipping my pelvis forward and back a few times. So I'm accentuating my lumbar curve and decentuating or erasing it, not pushing through discomfort or pain. A lot of us have lower back issues, so be safe here for yourself. Just a few pelvic tilts to ignite the lower spine. And then I'll come back to what feels like neutral, and I've like put on my sort of corset of awareness of my core strength. I could take hold of my chair. I'm going to walk my feet in, and I'm walking my feet out with that corset of strength. Not forgetting to breathe, of course. I might exhale out of the mouth. Walking in and out one more time. And next time I come back to center, I'm going to extend my right leg and really stretching that right leg up as high as you can, pushing through the heel, taking a big breath, And exhaling the right leg down. Now inhale, left leg lift. I'm holding this, feeling the strength in my left leg. And exhale, releasing down. Right leg lift, and I'm going to hold it here and lift my left arm straight out in front with that corset of strength and awareness around my middle. Exhale, release both down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, release. Like modify this. If you're standing, modify this in a way that feels safe and stable for you. Right? So I'm just lifting opposites straight out in front, but I'm doing so really slowly with lots of awareness of my core and of my breath. And I might take one more on each side. You've got it. I'm going to scoot my way into the back of my chair, lifting both legs straight out in front, bringing both hands straight out in front. So it's like I'm giving you high fives with both my feet and my hands. And then I'm going to tip my feet and my fingers down towards the earth and then lift them up and back. So I'm kind of like waving hello to you with my hands and my feet, getting a really good ankle and wrist stretch at the same time. And I'm also using that core strength to stay lifted. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. One more. And then let's go ahead and come to the edge of the chair again. I'm going to take a tiny bit wider stance, bring my arms out to the sides like a cactus or a goalpost. Take a breath in. Exhale, squeeze the forearms and the palms together. Breathing in, opening. Breathing out, squeezing forearms and palms. Breathing in, opening. I'm also squeezing my shoulder blades together. Exhaling, pressing. Let's take 3 more of these. My pelvis is neither tipping forward or back, right? So I'm retaining that corset of strength. And this last one, I'm going to give myself a hug. Tuck my chin, recall my intention, bring that up into my being. Opening the arms out to the sides, giving myself another hug, opposite arm on top. Tucking my chin, repeating my intention internally. I almost said eternally. And then releasing the hands down. And I might go ahead and bring my feet back. And I'm just going to walk in place for a moment, kind of getting the juices flowing. And then we'll do a sit to stand exercise in a moment. So I'm walking in place in my chair, feeling that core strength, marching opposite arm, opposite legs, lifting. Hi-ho, it's off to yoga we go. Maybe there's a song you'd like to sing yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest the hands in the lap, close the eyes. Take 3 breaths and call me in the morning. That's you can never go wrong with that, right? Just take 3 breaths, whatever is happening that feels hard, before responding. Take 3 breaths. And then I'm going to envision myself coming to a standing posture. What are the steps I'm going to take to get there so that I do so safely? And this also includes the option of not standing, but still visualizing what it would take to come to stand. And then if you would like to do so, we're going to do 5 sit to stands. So I might just come up a little bit on the first one and come back down. And I want to use my breath. It's like the wind in my sails. So I'm going to inhale, come up a little bit. Exhale, come back down. Hold on if you need it. I'm going to keep those knees bent. I'm going to turn on my glute muscles. Good. I'm coming up and coming down. If this is in my practice today, 2 more times. And I suppose this last time I should come to stand all the way. If I'm teaching the class, I probably should stand up. But wherever you are, if you're sitting or standing, you can go ahead and quaff your beverage. Take a little sip, or if you don't have a beverage nearby, drink the breath in as if it were nectar. And I'm coming back to my practice here by noticing my feet. Noticing everything I can about my feet, including maybe a lack of sensation. So I'm noticing that with no judgment, or I'm attempting to have no judgment. And I might pick up as many toes that will respond and lift them and spread them and dig them back down. And maybe this is something I'm visualizing the sensation of or imagining. Moving my toes in whatever way is possible for me. Lifting, spreading, digging. One more time. Very good. I'm going to see how it would feel to come up onto my tiptoes just a little bit and release back down right away. I'm holding on to my chair. So I'm just noticing what is my balance like today. And I might decide to keep holding my chair, or just keeping one fingertip on the chair as I rise up onto my tiptoes and float my way back down. Again, the breath is the wind in my sails, lifting me up and floating me down. Maybe you'd like to lift one or both arms out to the sides, a la some sort of bird. What's your favorite bird? Imagining that. Floating your way up, floating your way down. And I must tell you, my friends, I've been seeing a lot of bald eagles lately, and I take these eagle sightings as incredibly portentous. Is that a word? I think it is. It's a beautiful, sacred symbol to me of times of change, and that there is a vision. There is, there is something that we can see in the distance, using our own wisdom and knowledge to keep sight of the long term, right? Breathing in, breathing out. All this time I've been talking, I've also been floating my way up and floating my way down. And maybe you're done doing that. Maybe you want to take 2 more with me. Maybe you're just rocking your feet on the earth if you're sitting. All right. And then from here, I'm going to walk in place again, marching opposite leg, opposite arm, keeping my core strength activated, going as quickly or as slowly as I like. Maybe I sort of turn away from the monitor for a moment and find something to gaze upon that is somewhere else. Maybe I even walk away for a moment, ring my angel chimes, and come back. All right, hi-ho, it's off to yoga we go. Oh, walking in place. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, friends. I'm coming down into my chair pose. So I've bent my knees. I'm bringing my hips back as if I had an imaginary tail. I might wag my tail and pull my belly towards my spine. That little pelvic tilt backwards, right? So we're decentuating or erasing the lumbar curve a little bit. And then I'll bring one or both arms straight out in front. So I'm going to hold my chair pose for 3 breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Feeling that strength, breathing in, breathing out. And one more. Standing up tall, bringing the hands to the lower back, my knuckles up and down the outside of my spine, massaging the lumbar. And I might even lift the heart a little bit, squeeze my shoulder blades, and give myself a nice back bend here, breathing into the heart. And with that, let's go ahead and stretch the front of the right hip. So I'll step my right foot forward, bring my left foot back at an angle, and bend my right knee. So I'm in my Warrior One foundation. My torso is upright. I'm squeezing that left glute muscle. If when I take my hand or my hands off the chair, I feel wobbly, I'm going to see how I feel, I might walk my right foot to the right. So I've created like a wider base. And then from here, I'm just going to bring my hands to heart center. Find a place to gaze and recall my intention. With 3 breaths, repeating my intention internally. Tucking that chin. And then when you're ready, you can release, shortening the stance. Both legs will be straight now, but I still have my right foot forward. And I'm going to take a bow, so I'm slowly folding over my right leg and maybe bring my forearms onto the back of my chair. Hold onto my chair. I want to avoid rounding my back here. And again, I'm pulling that belly up towards the spine, decentuating, erasing the lumbar curve, so there's some integrity in my core. Finding those breaths. Maybe if you're sitting, you do a nice flat-backed forward fold. If you don't feel any stretch sensation in the right leg, you could come down a little bit farther, a little bit deeper. And see if you can really let go of those exhalations. Let them all the way out. Walking yourself up nice and slow when you're ready, and stepping the left foot forward. Bringing the right foot back at an angle. We're bending into the left knee. Keeping the torso upright, you got it. Squeezing that right glute muscle and testing the stability of the stance, making any adjustments. Those hands pressing at heart center, holding that sankalpa or sacred vow right at heart center, repeating your intention, letting the breath flow in and out. And then slowly transitioning to a straight-legged, shorter stance with the left foot still forward as we fold without rounding, forearms resting, chin is tucking, right? So those are to my friends who jut the chins forward like I do. A little bit of advice, a little bit of cues for tucking that chin, lengthening the back of the neck. Finding your breath, maybe a forward fold if you're seated, and allowing those exhalations to fully release. Walking myself up nice and slow, and my final standing pose here today is going to be my flamingo pose, my standing on one leg pose. So this might be something you're only doing within the mind's eye today. That would be perfectly fine. Or you might be holding onto a chair, or you might stand with your back to the wall. And that's another way you can receive support for balance. So let's go ahead and start with the weight in the right foot, or the mind in the right leg. Little bend to that right knee. I'm picking up my left leg and hugging it in. So I've zipped up my core, and I'm going to let my gaze rest on something as I explore, where's my edge today? It might be there right away. I might find my edge. If you feel really solid and stable and you're like, I could do this all day, close your eyes just for a millisecond. And you know that chair is always there, right? I want to find my edge. How am I going to improve? I want to find my edge. When you're ready, you can release from this and kind of kick out that right leg, juice up the right knee, get that synovial fluid back into the joint. Thank you, right knee, for bearing my weight. And then switching sides, a little bendy bounce in that left knee. Picking up my right leg, hugging it in. This side is going to be different, most likely. So I'm just exploring, standing on one leg. Maybe my inner gaze rests on the shape of a tree, or I can conjure the shape of a tree in my mind's eye. You got it. Find the edge. Purposefully find the edge. And when you find the edge, you can say, oh, hello there, old friend. It's so nice to see you again. It's so nice to be with you again, helping me improve my balance. And when you're ready, you can release and kick it out, snap it out. We'll do a downward facing dog. Oh, I like that, Joyce. Just a little shimmy, a little dance. You got some dance in you today? All right. I'm just moving my body however I feel right now, and then I'm going to move towards another little stretch here with my hands on the back of my chair. I've walked my feet away. I'm folding without rounding and getting a stretch for both of my legs here, or just giving myself a forward fold if I'm seated, another forward fold, where I allow the exhalations to fully release. Breathing in. Slowly making my way up. Taking that sip of water, if you like, before we return to our seated posture and wind down. So as I come to sit, I might challenge myself to go as slowly as I possibly can. Coming to sit, I'm turning on all the glute muscles, my core muscles, right? If you're really tired, just come to sit. Skip this one. And then, yeah, very nice. Very nice, guys. I'm going to take my right ankle over my left knee for a hip stretch. While I'm here, I could massage my right foot or my right calf or whatever is available. And I'm going to modify this. If this doesn't feel right to me, I can skip it. I might like to lean forward a little bit for more sensation or lean back for less sensation. Finding a few easy breaths. Can you let go of the shoulders? And then we'll come up out of this, even though I want to live in that pose for a little while. Cross the knee all the way over. So I've got my right knee nestled on top of my left. I'm turning on my core awareness, taking a breath in. Exhaling, twisting my body just a little bit to the right. Breathing in, sitting up tall. Twisting maybe a tiny, tiny bit deeper to the right. And one more breath. Twisting to the right. And then releasing back to center. Switching sides with the left ankle over the right knee. Giving my lower limb a little massage. The calf, the foot, whatever is within reach. And we'll take hold of the shin, reach the heart forward without rounding the back, right? I'm not forcing this. I'm just listening to my body, breathing. There's no contest for who can be the most stretched out. When you're ready, you can sit up and cross the knee over. Breathing in. Exhale, twist to the left a tiny bit. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist a tiny, tiny bit more to the left. And one more breath. Exhale, twist. Release. Back to center. Take a stretch. Grab a comfortable position. That might mean you decide, you know what? I'm going to lie down right now. I'm going to my bed. I'm going to the couch. Or I'm grabbing a blanket. I'm resting it in my lap. Or a pillow. Something you can do to alter your position right now that lets your body know it's time for Shavasana. It's time to relax. It's time to practice letting go of the physical container. So that might mean I really just sit at the back of my chair and allow the chair to bear my full weight. And I can take a moment to let my arms and my legs be heavy. I can close my eyes if they're not already closed. And really important, we don't skip this posture. We want to spend time integrating all of the poses, giving the mind a moment to be still. And within my Shavasana, I can let my belly be soft. I can let my whole body just melt, almost disintegrate. And just for the next moment or two, I might explore using my breath to feel a sense of my energetic body. That sense of myself that maybe fills up the room or travels outside the borders of my physical container. As I breathe in, I could expand that, my energy getting bigger. And as I exhale, maybe that energetic body comes back inside the physical container. Expanding and contracting with my breath. And you could stay resting, relaxing, practicing, expanding your energy body. Or you could begin to come back into your physical container and come back into your mind's eye. And in your mind's eye, for one last piece of our session today, I would like you to conjure up the imagery of what it looks like for your intention to be fulfilled. What do you look like when you are calm or healing or energetic? So seeing in your mind's eye your vow or your intention as you repeat it inwardly. And we can begin to just let all of that go. When you're ready to, coming back into your physical body, maybe taking a stretch or licking the lips or swallowing. If you're laying down, you could roll to one side, give yourself a hug. Thank yourself for making this time. Thank your WM friends for being here in the space together. We can take our hands to heart center. And with the press of the palms, Anjali Mudra, we recognize this connection that we have with each other, that we're not alone. And I'll seal the deal, my friends, with 1 Om and 3 Shantis. And we can allow the Shanti, means peace, to go outward as far and as wide as our energy will carry it. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thanking you so much for your practice, my friends. Namaste.